Hey guys, I'm Sam. Welcome to Master and Learn It. In this video, we are going to be rounding off to the nearest 5, 10, 100 and 1000. If you are grade 5, grade 6, probably this is gonna be your first topic when you open in second term. Rounding off to the nearest 5 is quite simple. Let's round off our sum, that is 2431. To round off to the nearest 5, we have to look at these two digits, which is 31. Let us go to the 5 times table. Where can we find 31? Probably it's supposed to be here. That's 31. It's supposed to be here. This is our 31. So we need to know 31, is it nearer to 35 or is it nearer to 30? Counting from 30 up to 31, let us try. That's 30, 31. So we just take one place from 30 to 31. It only takes us one step. How about rounding off from 31 to 35? Let us try to count 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. That takes us 4 steps to come to 35. So you can easily see that rounding 31 to the nearest 5 is closest to 30 because you just move one place, if not one house. So 31 is gonna round down to 30. So 2431 is gonna round to 2430 to the nearest 5. So it's 2430. Alright, let's move on to the next sum, which is 2654 to the nearest 5. Like I said, look at the very two digits, 54. Go to the 5 times table, look for your 54. Probably 54 is supposed to be here. That's where 54 is supposed to be. So let us check, is 54 nearer to 50 or 54 is nearer to 55? Let us count from 50 up to 54, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. You need to move 4 places to go to 50. How about from 54 to 55? That's 54, 55. You just move one place to go to 55. So that means 54 is nearer to 55 than to 50. So when we round off, 2654 is gonna round up to 2655. This is 2655 to the nearest 5. Let us round off to the nearest 10. Using the same sum, 2431 to the nearest 10. In an easy way, just look at the number of zeros that 10 has. 0 has 1 digit, so always start with the units. Just look at this 1 digit and always underline. Remember, whatever you underline is going to become a 0. So for us to start, we need to know that if a number is 5 up to 10, up to 9, it rounds up to 10. They round to 10. If a number is 1, 2, 4, it rounds back to 0. So if a number is either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it will round up to 10. If a number is 1, 2, 3, 4, it rounds down to 0. That's what we need to know. So when we look at 1, does it rounds up to 10 or does it rounds to 0? 1 is part of these ones, so it rounds down to 0. So this number that we underline rounds down to 0. 3 won't change, 4 won't change, and 2 won't change. Therefore, 2431 to the nearest 10 is 2430, which is 2430. Let us round the following sum. The following sum is 2654. Remember, we said from 1 up to 4, they round to 0. 5 up to 9, they round to 10. So let us look at this one. 2654 to the nearest 10. 10 is 1 0, so I'm going to underline the first number. Is 4 nearer to 10 or is nearer to 0? 4 is nearer to 0. That's the part. So 4 is nearer to 0. So the number that you underline always becomes 0. 5 remains 5. 6 remains 6 and 2 remains 2. So 2654 to the nearest 10 is 2650. 2650. How about rounding off 2000? Let me rub for clarity's sake. 2431 to the nearest 100. Mind you that 100 is 2 0. So I'm gonna count two numbers, 1 2. So I am going to underline this number. I ask myself, is 3 nearer to 10 or 3 is nearer to 0? Probably 3 is somewhere around here, so 3 is nearer to 0. So 3 is gonna be 0. The number behind 3 is gonna be 0. 4 is not gonna change. 2 is not gonna change. So 2431 to the nearest 100 is 2400, which is 2400. How about 2654 to the nearest 100? Remember 100 is 2 zeros, so I'm gonna count 2 digits, 1 2. Then I underline it. Is 5 nearer to 10 or 5 is nearer to 0? 5 is here, so 5 is nearer to 10. Each time a number rounds up to 10, we add 1 to the following number. So since 5 rounds up, since 5 is nearer to 10, I'm going to say plus 1. 5 becomes 0. Always the number you underline becomes 0. 4 will become 0. Now we have to add 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 is not affected. So 2654 to the nearest 100 is 2700, which is 2700. Let us round 2431 to the nearest 1000. 1000 has got 3 digits. Let's count them. 1 2 3. So I'm going to look at this number and I underline it. Is 4 nearer to 0 or 4 is nearer to 10? 4 belongs to this part, so is nearer to 0. So the number that you underline is going to be 0 and all the numbers behind it are going to be 0. 2 is not affected. So 2431 to the nearest 1000 is 2000. How about the last one? 2654 to the nearest 1000. 1000 is 3 digits, is 3 zeros, I mean to say. Let's count 1 2 3. Then you underline this number. Then we ask ourselves, is 6 nearer to 10 or 6 is nearer to 0? 6 belongs somewhere here, so 6 is nearer to 10. Remember, the moment you say is nearer to 10, we must add 1 to the following number because it's rounding up. So now I'm going to add plus 1. 6 always will become 0. All the numbers behind 6 will become 0. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 2654 to the nearest 1000 is 3000. I hope this video has simplified everything you need to know about rounding off. So just keep practicing these sums as part of your second term curriculum. Thank you. See me in the next video.